Hello guys, welcome to another painting tutorial. This time I'm going to paint a Chaos Space Marine of the Alpha Legion. Now, this is the end result that you're going to get if you follow my tutorial. I'm very happy with the way it turned out, and I hope you like the tutorial too. I'm hoping that at least this video shows you something else if you're trying to make this Legion. I went for a very dark look like in the new Chaos Codex, and we shall begin. I'm going to use Kantor blue to base coat the whole mini. As you can see, the whole mini is base coated with black spray paint. You can use the Chaos black one. I use rust-oleum automotive primer, and it worked very well for me, so that's what I did. Now remember to water down the paint just a bit so that it doesn't leave brush strokes or destroy any detail on your model, and just apply it over the whole model. You can avoid some parts that you know that aren't going to be blue, like I did, but yeah. Now I'm going to give the whole model an Azurman blue wash, which is I think it's Drakenhof Nightshade for the new range. But it's kind of the same thing. I'm gonna mop it all over the miniature and just let it sit on the crevices to give some more shadow that the miniature already has. So if you think about it, this kind of looks like the beginning of a Night Lord tutorial. I might do some in the future if people ask for it, but I think there's plenty of them already, so I don't know. Now I'm going to go again with Kantor blue, and I'm going to clean up the places where the wash just was too dark, and I'm going to clean up all of the plates of the miniature with this watered down color. I'm just trying to leave the recesses on the dark color that the wash created and make all of the plating just stand out a little bit. Just you can choose to ignore parts that are really in shadow, like the under part of some areas, like in the arms or down the legs. And yeah, now that that's done, I'm going to mix Kantor blue with Macrage blue 1:1, and I'm going to mix them with water and glaze medium just to thin them down enough so that the transition doesn't look any rough or anything. And I'm going to apply it on the upper parts of the places that I want to highlight with that are hit with light, of course. Now I'm using a standard brush, and I'm just laying the color on the upper parts of the miniature. Now the mix that I do, as I explained in other videos, I'm using a water and glaze medium almost in equal parts as paint. I used to use 1 part paint, 1 part glaze medium, 1 part water, just to make the color a little bit more transparent and easier to work with in different layers, and not leave any kind of a brush stroke or anything. Now I'm going to use Kabalite green, and I'm going to start edge highlighting the whole miniature. All of the places that you find the edges on, you should put a light highlight And yeah, up until this point this miniature was looking kind of like a Night Lord, as I mentioned, and I think it looks quite nice. Now remember to edge highlight not only the edges of the armor but also the insides of the shoulder pads and the legs. Just make the finest line that you can do inside of those areas on the very edges. Now, this is how the miniature should look after you finish the last step. And because I'm using the same color, I'm going to use it on the hair that it has on the top of his head. This is very simple, it's just a base coat, so just paint some paint on it. It's nothing really fancy. Now I'm going to use Sibarite green. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but excuse me. Now this color I'm going to edge highlight it again, but using it on the really sharpest edges and places where most light would reflect off of the model. I'm doing it on the same places that I did the last edge highlight, but in the case of this lines inside the armor, I'm using the corners. I'm just highlighting the corners and places that I like to make pop up a little bit, and on the edges of the armor I'm choosing the sharpest edges. Now this miniature looks a little bit dark. It's kinda hard to pick up all the colors from this camera and this lighting. So what I choose to do is to change the lighting. You will see a change on the setup on the next part of this tutorial, and you already saw a little bit of it in the introduction. But yeah, now I'm going to use Thraka green, or its equivalent for the citadel range. I don't really know it at the moment. And I'm going to wash the hair. Next I'm going to do the scales on the parts of the miniature. You can choose to do it on the shoulder pads or whatever you want. I'm choosing the boots here, and what I'm going to do is make a little like U shapes, about 3 of them on each boot. And yeah, that's just setting like a base coat with that was Incubi darkness, and then I'm using the Kabalite green to color the lower parts of those U shapes. I'm kind of painting the whole U, but only on the lowest parts. And then I'm going to use Sibarite green, and I'm going to paint the very sharpest edge of the scale on the very lowest part. You can see me here struggling a little bit, but if you mess up like I did a little bit there, you can just go with the previous color and just clean it up. Now, thank you very much for watching the first part of this tutorial. I'll post a link for the other one here in the video, and thank you very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you later.